The Dark Triad vs. Admirals is a relatively unexplored topic for valid reasons. When comparing the overall strengths of the Black Clover and One Piece universes, it becomes evident that the Black Clover verse genuinely holds the upper hand. It's important to note, however, that not every top-tier character from Black Clover would single-handedly overpower the entire One Piece verse. Until the emergence of the Dark Triad, the two universes were arguably on par, and this is as of November 7, 2023. Any developments beyond this date are not available for discussion. Engaging in conversations about less discussed topics can be intriguing and very interesting. I've always liked it, and this is something I've always wanted to do, especially with Black Clover, because it's not really talked about, such as the scarcity of Black Clover content focused on battle scenarios and power scaling. With only a handful of exceptions, there's definitely some credible sources out there when it comes to Black Clover content, but overall, the little matchups that you would expect Black Clover to have, there's not really any out there, like Team 7 versus whatever, like just videos just in general. Like for One Piece and Naruto, there's many videos out there like that, but for Black Clover there's not a lot, so I at least want to start doing them. Now let's delve into why the matchup between the Dark Triad and the Admirals isn't a closely contested one. When it comes to assessing the Dark Triad, the task is relatively straightforward. Firstly, in terms of AP, Zagreus stands out as a high-ranking devil endowed with word soul magic, which grants him the ability to warp reality through his words. Even when heavily suppressed, Zagreus' power surpasses that of characters like Dorothy or Reeve, who can conjure moons with a mere thought within the dream world. Given this understanding, we can comfortably place Zagreus in the category of small planet to planet level even. In terms of speed, Zagreus is evidently hundreds of times faster than light. This fact is established within the Black Clover universe, as characters like Patchy were already identified as moving the speed of light as early as episode 34 or chapter 47 in the manga. Patchy wields literal light magic, and Yami explicitly states that Patchy was operating at light speed during their fight. Zagreus' introduction occurs in chapter 196, over 100 chapters after the speed feat. This is well after characters have surpassed Patchy's abilities through various power-ups and advancements. Each member of the Dark Triad individually outclasses Zagreus. While it's worth noting that all of the Dark Triad and base surpasses Zagreus, it's important to emphasize that all Dark Triad members are considered to be relative in power. For instance, a base form Dante demonstrated superiority over a far stronger Oscar compared to the one that Zagreus faced, indicating that all Dark Triad members operate a level far beyond small planet and possess massively faster than light capabilities. So in conclusion, the Dark Triad should have been at large planet plus range with MFTL plus speeds, potentially even higher via Dorothy creating an infinite universe within Glamour World. Now shifting our focus to the first clash, Vanica facing off against Kizaru. Vanica serves as a vessel for the malevolent Megicula, Devil of Curses. She wields the formidable power of blood magic, granting her the ability to manipulate and control blood. In addition, she possesses the unique ability to employ Megicula's curse warding magic, enabling her to bestow curses with determinal effect, including severe pain, power reduction, and even death. Vanica also benefits from the protection reinforcement magic, which allows for the user to increase their physical abilities such as speed, defense, and strength, paired with Monoscan, which affords her augmented durability, ability negation, and capacity for swift regeneration and healing. Her exponential tolerance for pain, coupled with her proficiency in age, death, and soul manipulation, solidifies her as an extreme opponent. Vanica at 100% power would further enhance all of the formidable abilities, making her an even more formidable force on the battlefield.
Currently in the story, Admirals have gotten more foods recently, like with Kuzan vs. Garp and Luffy vs. Kizaru, which show how strong they truly are. For this fight, we'll be discussing mainly the OG3 Admirals, so we won't talk about Fujito or Greenbow. It's said in Marineford that the Admirals are the strongest force in the Navy, and it proves that by being able to run their ones with Yonkos and beat Yonko commanders pretty easily. First, I'm going to start off with Kizaru because so far he has the most feats compared to the rest. Early on, he's able to trash run the Supernova like nothing, and into Marineford, Kizaru was able to fight people like Whitebeard and all the Yonko commanders.
And now we see him recently fighting Luffy and Egghead.
Naka, this isn't really a fight since he wasn't using his full attention on Luffy and was trying to kill Vegapunk, but we use what you have now. He was able to keep up with Gear 4 Luffy pretty easily, and that same Gear 4 was the one that was boxing with Hybrid Kaido evenly, and was able to take hits from Gear 5 Luffy. AP wise, Kaido should at least be relative to the old Whitebeard who was going to destroy Marineford with his fruit, and basing how big the One Piece world is, we can say he's at least country level AP. And Luffy was keeping up with the strongest version of Kaido in Gear 4, which is going even with Kizaru, who was seemingly holding back, which I can at least give him country level AP. Speed is pretty simple because of his fruit being light speed at bare minimum. Keep in mind though, people with fruits can get stronger with their fruits since the straws were able to dodge light speed attacks since pre-time skip, and Kizaru is keeping up with Luffy who went through multiple training arcs and amps from post-time skip. We can at least scale him to FTL+. Durability wise is where it kind of goes down from here. Kizaru was able to take attacks from Gear 5 Luffy, but keep in mind Luffy wasn't using any Conqueror's attacks until White Star Gun, and it put him down temporarily. It's not really fair to compare him to Kaido though, since Kaido is known for his unbreakable skills and since he's just a normal human. But not being able to handle one Conqueror's attack is kind of misleading. Stamina is probably his best feature other than speed, since he should be relative to Aokiji and Akainu being able to fight for 10 days straight. Overall, I don't really see how you can do anything to Vanica if she's 100% of a devil contract, and since you could argue she's probably faster than Kizaru wouldn't really have an answer to Vanica's curse warding magic.
In the matchup between Vanica and Kizaru, it becomes unmistakably clear that Kizaru has 0 win cons against an adversary of Vanica's caliber. Vanica outpaces Kizaru comprehensively in all facets of combat. Vanica's technique, Decay World, function as an automatic and passive notification against all incoming attacks from Kizaru. Moreover, she possesses the capability to curse Kizaru's internal organs, subjecting him to endless substantial pain and rendering him completely unable to approach Vanica. This curse would swiftly lead to an instantaneous victory for Vanica. Amplifying the threat, her exploding life technique serves as a self-destruct mechanism, providing Vanica with a potential instant triumph over Kizaru. Making the fight equal stats does absolutely nothing, and in turn makes it even worse for Kizaru. Vanica has too many potent hacks and abilities for Kizaru to counter or interact with. For our next matchup, we have Zenon vs Aokiji. Zenon possesses the ability of bone magic and has formed a contract with the devil associated with space magic, known as Beelzebub. Through his mastery of bone magic, Zenon wields both offensive and defensive capabilities. His defensive prowess is particularly noteworthy, as he can enhance the regeneration property of his bones to fortify his defensive. Moreover, he has the capability to shroud the entire battlefield in an impervious bone barrier if the need arises. Thanks to his pact with Beelzebub, Zenon gains access to offensive spatial magic. This endows him with the power of resistance eraser and ability to nullify the durability of his threats. Additionally, he can fabricate hyperspaces that exert dominance over the enclosed area, effectively neutralizing the mana within and launching assaults from every conceivable direction, akin to the formidable monozone technique. Plus reinforcement magic, Zenon then further augments his capabilities with a combination of mana skin and potent regeneration / healing abilities. And coupled with his devil bargain form, his level of power exceeds that of his 100% state, reaching an exponential higher plateau of strength and prowess.
Aokiji is far simpler in terms of scaling than Kizaru. His VV card provides insight into his proficiency in both armament and observation haki. Aokiji demonstrated his strength by absorbing blows and inflicting damage upon an aged Garp, suggesting Garp's likely mastery of advanced armor and conquerors haki. There's also speculation that Aokiji might possess advanced observation haki, evident in his ability to morph around Whitebeard's haki-infused Naginata strikes, a technique reminiscent of categories of dead evasion of Luffy's armament attacks. Aokiji's prowess is exemplified in his victories against Yonko commanders, and notably his intense 10-day battle with Akainu, during which he froze half the island they clashed on. His ability to freeze entire tsunamis further implies the level of attack potency ranging from country to continental. In terms of speed, Aokiji kept pace with Garp, the same Garp who swiftly overcame Marco, and Marco in turn reacted to attacks from Kizaru. Durability-wise, Aokiji's resilience appears superior to Kizaru's as he managed to endure attacks from Garp's advanced armament, although at the prospect of facing Zenon's space magic and existence erasure presents a formidable challenge.
Moving on to our second battle between Zenon and Aokiji. This fight is an absolute one-sided domination. Zenon holds numerous win cons against Aokiji. Zenon's spatial mana domination would enclose entire vicinities. Zenon would then control all of Aokiji's abilities within said vicinity. This control allows Zenon to negate an enemy's attacks and defensives. Zenon could even go as far as to send Aokiji to the bottom of an ocean, inside a volcano, or even on top of a random mountain. This would act as a BFR and would be included as a victory as well. Now every victory has to result from a fatality. Even in equal stats, it's the same. Aokiji could freeze their battlefield, but even so, Zenon's internal things would do the same. And it could even bypass ice and penetrate Aokiji. And with existence eraser, acting as a instant win whenever Zenon is ready to take a nap. Lastly, we come to the showdown between Dante and Akainu. Dante harnesses the formidable power of body magic, and through his pact with the Devil King Lucifero, wields gravity magic. Fusion of his body magic and with Lucifero's devil magic results in a significant augmentation of his size and strength. His ability to regenerate is virtually instantaneous, rendering him nearly impervious to harm. Even at 80% power level, Dante demonstrated the capability to conjure a black hole singularity. It's crucial to note that singularity occurs when mass reaches an infinitely dense state, a feat that demands an infinite amount of power to achieve. Additionally, his ability presence of the Demon King, Dante drastically intensifies the gravitational force in his vicinity. This exerts a powerful downward force, causing opponents to plummet to the ground. Dante can also warp space itself, as well as Yami's dimensional slash. During close engagements, Dante leverages his mastery over gravity magic to amplify the weight and velocity of his punches, granting him a decisive edge over his opponents. This tactical approach allows him to swiftly overpower opponents in the midst of an intense combat. Moreover, Dante gains access to reinforcement magic and mana skin, further enhancing his already engaging abilities. When coupled with his 100% devil form, Dante emerges as an indomitable force, possessing a level of invincibility that makes him especially challenging to defeat.
Akainu, while boasting fewer feats, stands as the mightiest admiral, having emerged victorious against Aokiji and inflicted significant damage upon an aging Whitebeard. Whitebeard's minimum country to continental AP is evident to his potential to destroy the world with his devil fruit. As mentioned, his VV card attests to Akainu possessing the most offensive devil fruit. Additionally, he's portrayed as a master of both armament and observation haki, possibly even advanced haki. Even with a tenfold increase in Akainu's AP, it remains doubtful he can overcome adversaries like Dante, who engage in combat with Yami, a character capable of cutting through dimensions.
For the final clash, Dante vs Akainu, it's pretty much the same as the previous two. It's a single gravity singularity, Shed Citadel. Akainu isn't fast enough to dodge, repost, or even endure gravity singularity. All the Dark Triad just out-hacks the Admirals. Equal stats for this matchup is the same as before. Dante has more potent abilities, resulting in an uncontested victory over Akainu. Fernal solos the Falter verse.